Procter & Gamble is being accused of discrimination after it was found that they're paying a black-owned contractor company far, far less, like just almost half the amount.
It's ironically 3/5. So they've come up with this little 3/5 compromise, I guess you would call it, for this black-owned contractor doing the same thing for Procter & Gamble that all of these other white-owned businesses are doing. And it's not like they were late to the game. This company, again, owned by this black individual, has been doing business with Procter & Gamble since 1987.
What is the company?
They do contract packaging, excuse
Okay.
me, for Procter & Gamble. It's QAI is the name of the company.
So how do you come up with this formula? It's owned by African Americans. Let's now pay them. How much less is it?
They're getting 60% of what the others get, so 3/5.
Yeah, okay. So, but I saw this story. You know what it reminded me of, Farron? It reminded me of what we're seeing, this virtue signaling from all of these companies. I mean, you see, look, you expect virtue signaling from celebrities in Hollywood. My God, don't you get tired of it? It just is endless, this virtue signaling. But corporate America has picked up on the idea, hey, that's a pretty good idea. Let's do some virtue signaling. Give me some examples.
Well, before that too, though, Procter & Gamble, to your point here, they've got all kinds of pages online about how they're an all-inclusive company, no discrimination, zero tolerance. We accept everybody. We treat everybody fairly. And that is, as you say, that's their virtue signaling. Because when you get into the documents, when you start seeing what's, on paper, it has nothing to do with reality. And this month, we see it happening with corporations all across the country because it's Pride Month, so everybody changes their logos to the rainbow flag, acting like we're so inclusive, we care so deeply. No, they don't. None of these corporations give a damn about anything except for dollars.
I think of Exxon. You did the Exxon story. I don't know anybody. Honestly, I don't know anybody who really knows more about Exxon than Farron Cousins. But you've done these stories about what Exxon knew all the way back to the 50s, about they knew that global warming was taking place. They knew exactly what it was. They knew that they were in part responsible. Fossil fuels were responsible. But Exxon, tell me what they do with that.
Yeah, they take all that money they make destroying the planet. They go to the corporate media. They buy these ads touting Exxon's research into renewable energy. And it's got all kinds of fun graphics and animations showing we're making fuels from biofuels. We're looking into solar. They're not doing any of that. They're hoodwinking the public into thinking they're one thing. But again, just like Procter & Gamble, behind closed doors, they couldn't care less.
Amazon, same story. Disney, same story. I mean, the PR firms have this down pretty well. And you know what? It works. I mean, it does work.
Yeah.
What it does is it creates doubt because most people don't have enough information. It's not their fault. They simply don't have the backstory and they don't have the information to really figure out what's going on. But this virtue signaling is like an all-time high.